Tasley, tell us about your shelter, where it's located. Go for it.
Sure. So we had a kennel over on in MiddleBurg, Florida on 220. We actually recently moved up to this really cool property. It's 6 acres. It's called Running Dog Ranch. They're giving us some space up here to be able to put some rescue buildings on site. But because, everything going on with the pandemic, it was a great time to move. So we actually moved them up early. The dogs are loving having 4 acres to run and play on. We've got some really cool people as far as neighbors up here who are having a lot of fun. So the new place is a really great place for us to be and fits our needs so much better than our kennel property on 220.
Okay. You had said something off camera, which I find interesting. You have another business that helps fund this business.
Yeah, so we have Homemade Hounds Bed and Biscuit, which is our boarding and training side. That's our for-profit side. We use that to fund our nonprofit side because we are a young rescue. What we do is we train dogs for service work, for mobility, and for psych support for veterans and civilians alike. And the dogs come to us, we assess them for these programs, and then any of the dogs that don't make the training cut actually are the adoptable dogs that are in our adoptable dogs pool. But again, because we're a new rescue, because we're just kind of getting up off the ground, our business is funding that, is funding the rescue in addition to some private donations and things like that we get through some really great donors.
That's awesome. I got connected with you because of Safe Animal Shelter, my friend Jess and Sherry.
Yes.
How do you guys work together?
Oh, man, I love those ladies. They're awesome. So I've known Jess for a while and just got connected with Sherry a couple of years ago. We, because of the type of training that we can offer at Homemade Hounds, we'll kind of, I don't want to say trade dogs, that's not really the term, but if they have a dog that comes in that has a little bit of a behavioral need, we can help them. They've helped us place some of our dogs that we just don't get good exposure. So we have a really great partnership with them, and they're a whole lot of fun.
Also, anybody that watches this who rewinds it, we do a lot of sharing, and people start to watch this, you'll see it goes up to 1,000 or 2,000 views. I want everyone to know where to find Helping Hounds as well. I have their Facebook page up. It's Helping Hounds Project. I'm going to put it towards the camera. I don't know if you can see that. You'll see a beautiful little dog right there. Guys, it's so simple to do. Like their page, like I did. I can't get my fingers over there. But on the right-hand side, you'll see like their page, share them, send them a message. Are you guys looking for anything like volunteers or anything like that? Always.
So with this new property, where we are also being able to offer in our veteran and adult psych support programs, we're going to start offering equine therapy as well. We've been involved in a couple of projects with Gratitude America and a couple other veteran organizations. So the equine therapy piece we are developing. Our service dog training, we always need help with. We always need help with caring for the adoptable dogs, getting them shared like you guys are doing, and really just helping with that. So volunteerism, helping with our Facebook page, helping with our website. We're fantastic dog trainers, but we're not always great with the admin side of stuff. So if you can help, we'll take it. Absolutely.
So I'm going to be going down there with Sherry and Jess over the weekend. What can you really tell me about them?
What, Sherry and Jess?
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, they're so much fun with a bottle of wine. I'll tell you that. No.
They bust my cheeks all the time.
They are some of the coolest ladies that I know, let me tell you. And if you want to talk about passion and people who work hard for animals, they really are, 2 ladies out of many down there. The volunteers, the staff, everybody's amazing down at Safe. They really are good folks, and I can't speak an ill word against them. It just doesn't happen in the universe.
So when I do a lot of crazy PR stuff that usually lands me on TV. Recently, I was on the Dodo for a stunt I did for a 3-night overnight at the shelter.
Nice.
Yeah, and then lately I've been going to the shelters around here, and I've been going late at night doing cookouts. I take my George Foreman grill, I go out in their kennel, and we make steaks and burgers, and me and the dog just have a feast. Can I come to your rescue this weekend?
You can come to my rescue this weekend. You can come meet the horses. You can meet the staff.
Wait a minute, Tasley. You never told me nothing about no horses.
We have 3 horses on property right now. Again, they're being trained for therapy. It'll be a while before they can be used. But yes, we have 3 horses on property. You can come out. You can ride. You can love on the dogs. Whatever you want to do, come on out and have some fun.
I've never actually rode on a horse ever.
Ooh, this sounds like a social media challenge. How many of you want to see him on a horse this weekend, huh?
I'm 5'8" and I'm 220. I don't think we're gonna mesh well. Like I think the horse is gonna be like, yo, Too big.
Yeah, I don't know about 5 a.m., but I will tell you that they're up pretty early. So, I'm just saying, we'll figure it out.
I was saying I'm 5'8" and I'm like 220. I'm like, I don't know if they're going to see me and be like, he's too heavy. He's too heavy.
No. You're fine. Trust me, horses are great.
So tell me, what is the process? I mean, you obviously, you can adopt the horse, right? I'm assuming, whatever you call it.
So we don't actually run a horse rescue. What we're doing is we're training them for therapy. So these horses will stay here on property. And again, we're fleshing out our veteran, I'll say psych support program. We have veterans right now that we work with for service dog training. And they come to us and the dogs are matched with them. They help during the training process to create a good bond, all those good pieces. The horses are simply going to be a therapeutic addition to it. And because of our training styles and the way that we train, it's very similar to training horses. And that's how we got in with Gratitude America. We started their horse program down there with some of the horses that we trained, got it up and running. And then, of course, because it takes a lot of time and effort, we've handed it off to some fantastic folks down there. They've got that going with some of their retreats. So the horses won't be available for adoption. There are a lot of great equine rescues around here, and we can point you in those directions should you decide to want to, get in with them once you, get on the horse here. We'll get you introduced, but no, our horses are not up for adoption. They are used for therapy at this point.
When I was in high school, I used to work at an actual horse farm, and I just never got on them. I dealt with them. I've worked with them. I just never got on one of them. So I
keep saying this, and I'm going to challenge you. I'm telling you, if you're going to do crazy stuff, we'll get you up on a horse. It'll be fine. It'll work.
Oh my God, that's so funny. But okay, so tell me more about your shelter. I want to hear, and everybody does it. Every director gets on here and they do it. Give me your funniest story.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. I didn't even tell you about this question. I want her to give me something right off the cuff.
Oh, gosh. Most funny story. I can tell you that I'm supposed to be this big bad dog trainer, right? I've been doing this for a very long time. I've had, I work with, dogs' aggressive tendencies, behavior modification, all that good stuff. The most ferocious dog I have, hang on a second, I'll get her for you. The most ferocious dog I have is a 5-pound rat terrier, and I actually pulled her from safe. Shelly will know this one. Shelly, if you're watching, you'll know this one. Here, Casey. She is the meanest little dog that I have. She is also the craziest. I love her to death, and she would kill a tiger for me. Usually she's barking on my conference calls, but apparently today she's deciding to be good. But the reason I love her so much is twofold. Number one, her crazy is just off the charts, but she loves me. And number two, she looks like Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Show me the dog.
Yeah, hang on. We'll get her.
I was Michelangelo for years.
Yeah, so this is Jinx.
Oh my God. We should have photoshopped the Splinter from Ninja Turtles.
Tell me she doesn't look like Splinter. She does, doesn't she?
Oh my God. Master.
She is so sweet, but she's exactly an example of, what we all do in dog rescue, which is, they pulled her from a hoarding case where they pulled a bunch of chihuahuas and a couple of other small animals. We were there doing some training with their employees.
Right.
And I saw her reacting. We were helping them unload one of their vans. I saw her reacting to a German Shepherd, and I said, "You got to give me that little dog." And I'm not necessarily a little dog person. I like little dogs, but I have, a big black German Shepherd. I have pits. I have bigger dogs, but she has just called me, and she has never gone anywhere since then. So that's my story.
Oh my God. We're going to reiterate some things while we talk. Like, all right, Tasley, again, tell me where your shelter is. Tell me the website, your Facebook page. Just go into that because people come in late sometimes and they don't know who I'm talking to sometimes. So if you can just reiterate who you are, your shelter, all that stuff.
Sure. So we're Helping Hounds Project. Helping Hounds Project is dedicated to working breed dog rescue. We have a service dog program that is really kind of the basis of what we look for when we're pulling dogs. And then any dogs that don't go into the service dog training program are put up in our adoptable pool. We are actually located up here on Zibber Street in Middleburg. It's a 6-acre ranch out here, and it is a whole lot of fun for our dogs. You can check us out on Facebook at Helping Hounds Project, or you can go to our website, which is helpinghoundsproject.info. We're at .info, guys, not a .com, a .info.
.info. Yes. Do that again. I'm gonna type it in.
Helpinghoundsproject.info.
Helping Hounds Project. Sorry, my fingers stink.
You're fine.
Info. Okay, guys, remember that it's helpinghoundsproject.info. Hopefully I did that right. What did I just do? Hey, Erica, if you're watching, if I mess that up, put helpinghoundsproject.info. Sorry about that. Actually, I did. I am so sorry. But I'm on this mission with Jordan's Way Charities. Tell me how much it would help your shelter if I showed up at your shelter one day with 1 million people behind me in Florida.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you what we're trying to do here is, because we've moved early, we actually we have temporary housing for our dogs, which is, they are in crates right now. They're in temperature controlled. Don't worry, everything's great with that.
Yeah.
But it's not kennels that have an outside, run, things like that. We're really trying to raise money for these buildings that we are actually going to be turning into their homes here.
Right.
We can lease the property. We have full permission of the landlord. He is very excited about us coming up here. The neighbors are excited. It's just, unfortunately, we've hit a hard spot with the pandemic. So,
Yep.
if any of your 1 million followers gave us 30 cents, we would be great. That's fundraising is our biggest thing. And so right now, although we have low numbers, unfortunately, the rescue community has not stopped. Everybody is still, having a need out there. We did just get 2 of our kind of harder to place dogs placed in foster to adopt, which is a huge win for us.
Very good.
And that's a really, really big piece for us the past few days, because we do have low numbers right now, but that's because, again, we're kind of inadequate as far as our true long-term housing. Short-term, they're fine, but long-term housing, we need to build something more. So fundraising is our biggest push right now.
Trust me, I I'm going for 1 million, and I'm only at 1,000 subscribers. So I just started. I am pushing like you wouldn't believe. I'm going to dozens of shelters in the next couple of days, doing Facebook Lives with them at their shelters, at their locations. I love hearing stories like this because people don't realize in Florida, there's a few very large shelters that people think are just the only places, Like
right.
in Tampa, we have the Humane Society of Tampa Bay, which has like hundreds of thousands of followers, millions in grants. And then we have about 50 shelters around it and rescues that it's like these people are doing just as much selfless stuff that you guys are doing, but they're not, it's very hard. So
right.
I'm all about the little guy. Like I'm all about getting out there and giving the exposure to the people that need it the most. You guys, and I just did a phone thing just like this morning with somebody really close to you, which was hilarious. I never seen somebody like this. Do you know who Roland Senior Dog Rescue is?
Yes. Oh I love these guys.
Oh my God, they were hilarious. Ralph and Gail were so funny this morning. They had 33 seniors. I'm like, oh my God, like just think about that. 2 people are running 33 seniors. I'm like, what are we doing? Like I was like. Oh, yeah. But like it's all these little people that like you guys and Roland and all these places that I'm going to that are just amazing. Like I mean I can't thank everyone enough for coming on here. I'm asking everyone that follows you, that follows me, to get us to 1 million. So when I come to you a second time, I come to you with 1 million followers, and I'm like, you get on YouTube Live and like, what are we doing? Tell me about your shelter and tell me the needs, because I know 1 million people that are following on a YouTube channel will help you.
That's awesome.
They're going to be dog people. They're not going to be, big sci-fi people. They're going to be animal lovers, right. This is what I'm trying to push for. Like, I feel like like I said, I'm doing a presidential campaign. I'm going city to city to, I know I'm going to get there. I just have to, it's a lot of legwork, but I appreciate everybody that comes on here and talks and tells about their shelter and tells about the needs. Cause again, you just told me like, I didn't realize you had horses. I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, that's a little bit new to us. Like I said, we've been working on projects on, kind of, I don't want to say on the side, but to kind of enhance what we do. Yeah. Because what I will tell you is if you've dealt really with veterans or with anybody who has a psych support need, and I'm not just talking about combat PTSD, there's a lot of other things related, generalized anxiety issues, survivor guilt, things like that in the veteran community. But there's also pieces in the civilian community that we just don't necessarily recognize so much. And these folks are coming into us, and they're not coming into us because life is dandy. They're coming into us because they need help. And so, we're trying to build these programs to be a little bit more encompassing, and we work with a lot of really cool veteran and civilian programs, but Operation Barnabas is one of the ones we've been working with locally. SFO, which is Soldier Freedom Outdoors. You want to talk about a really cool program, they have some good stuff too. So we're looking at helping not only with the service dog aspect, but looking at, the veteran transitioning community and different pieces of that to help out where we can. So we're doing a lot of great things with dogs, and the horses are just going to enhance what we're doing with the dogs there. So
guys, again, Tasley project. She's on here with me on Jordan's Way live page. We're gonna share this to her Facebook page. Everybody, please go to their Facebook page and like their page. They have about 1,600, I think about 1,600 followers right now.
yeah.
We got to get them a boost, guys. We got to push them as hard as we can. That's how they get more people to be aware of what they're doing every time they post something on social media. Do you guys have an Instagram or Twitter?
So we have an Instagram, and my assistant runs the Instagram. She's doing great things with it. It is, I want to say it's Helping Hounds Project Jax, JAX.
Okay.
And so we will post a link to that on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Just because of the fact that I'm not 100% sure that this is that's exactly the one. We've had 2 or 3, so bear with me. I'm not the most social media savvy. I apologize.
Oh, you're fine. I'm gonna look for you. What did you say it was?
I think it's Helping Hounds Project Jax. I might be able, if you don't mind me taking a look, I can actually take a look.
Oh, go for it. Take your time.
Because I do somewhat know Instagram.
I claim to somewhat know it too. Helping.
I will tell you, we have started to get into TikTok. That's a whole new venture.
Oh,
but,
yeah. So, don't even. Jesus.
Yeah.
Is this
TikTok? You what?
I can't see nothing.
Yes, that's us.
Okay. Guys, it's Helping Hounds. She's right. Helping Hounds Project Jax.
Yes.
I'm going to follow you guys right now. So, but guys, please follow them on Instagram as well. It's Helping Hounds Project Jax, like Jacksonville, JAX. Oh, Jan, don't say that. I'm not too chicken to get on a horse.
I just saw that. I was wondering what was going on.
my friends are all, and followers and everything, whatever. I can get on a horse. I think we should all think about a challenge, though, because so they were thinking for the Roland Senior, when I go there, they think I should get blindfolded and try to see who have a race who can find the dog food the fastest, me or the dogs.
Oh, I think you'd lose that one, my friend. I'm sorry, but I feel like the dogs would have you on that one.
Some of the dogs are blind, so I said, okay, let's do this. I actually had a 20-year-old dog, and he was blind the last 3 years. And I remember I used to be in my office, and I would know when he was looking for me because I'd hear his head ping-ponging against the walls as he was in my house. I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, I got to get him. I got to go get him. Like, he was crazy. So I was like, what can we do, Tasley, with the horses?
There's a ton of things. I think you just getting on one is going to be interesting. But if you're wanting to do if you want to do a bet or a challenge, I feel like we can come up with something. We have a whole bunch of hay to throw. So I'd say if you want to throw, 4 or 5 bales of hay in 10, 15 seconds, then you get out of horse duty. Does anybody around here know how heavy hay bales are?
I do.
Yeah, do you? Okay. All right, that's right. You were on a race.
I remember I was in high school. I remember it was about 75 to 100 pounds.
Yes, but how long ago was high school, my friend?
I just got out of high school. No, I'm 32. It was probably 14 years ago.
I'm just saying things. We're breaking saddle breaking horses. If you don't know anything about horses, we don't actually break the horses, but we are saddle breaking one here. And I'm 37, and let me tell you, it's not as easy as it was in my 20s, my friend. It's not as easy.
How many people work at your shelter?
Yeah, so as far as full-time volunteers, I have or full-time employees, I have 5. And we have a number of volunteers who are amazing.
Wow.
A lot are a lot are adopters that have turned into volunteers because they want to come hang out with the dogs still. Some are fosters. There's a lot of cool people hanging around. So, yeah.
So what is the hardest thing you guys do on a daily for the horses? I'm sorry.
For the horses?
Yes, I want to hear this. I want you guys to put me through a serious workout.
I mean, between the hay and unloading feed bags and mucking stalls, I mean, we've lost a good amount of weight. So I'll tell you, it's a great gym membership. I got a couple of dogs that pull fantastically. If you would like to, see if you can wear one of them out. Actually, here's what we ought to do. We have a dog named Bonnie who has endless energy. Endless. She is an awesome, amazing dog. If you can wear her out to the point that she doesn't pull when she walks on a leash, or that she actually doesn't want to chase the ball or stick anymore, you get out scot-free. How's that?
All right. Let me show you something that's going to give you a preview of what they're going against here. I'm just going to let you know so I don't hurt their feelings. Now, did you see? I don't know if you saw it, and you can totally admit it. It's okay. You should see it. Did you watch the dodo video?
We didn't.
Okay, so here we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is good. Hold on. I gotta find. Oh, where'd it go? All right. Oh, I'm messing up right now. There was an end of the video. I raced a dog in the field, and they all said I couldn't beat this dog. I beat this dog.
I mean, I'm sure that, you know, I feel like Bonnie is gonna put you. She's gonna give you a run for your money. I really do. Bonnie is an amazing dog, and let me tell you a story about Bonnie. Bonnie actually came into Safe. We were looking for a demo dog, and Bonnie was very much a choice for us, right? So we actually pulled her from Safe. So Jess and Cherry both know Bonnie. Bonnie is fast, dude, and when I say fast, I mean this girl runs. So when we first got here, we were not truly. Something happened, and she ended up slipping off the leash, and she decided that the gate was open, so she was just going to take off and run. And of course, the farrier was here for the horses. Let me tell you, that was the fastest I ever tried to run. It didn't work. I don't really run, so I mean that was kind of a low standard, anyways. However, we chased her for about 10 minutes, and girlfriend knows that she's a freight train.
Yeah.
And she knows how to use it. So I'm just saying there might be a challenge. I know Allison was watching earlier because I saw her comment. But Allison, back me up here. I think Bonnie's going to give him a run for his money. Allison's, she's my general manager, by the way, if you guys don't know.
So this is when they took, one of the days that they took me out, because I was in the shelter for 72 hours sleeping there. And one of the nights that they took me out to the field, they said the same thing. They got this, I think it was a lab, and they had said, he's gonna smoke you, just smoke you. Now, what I'm gonna tell you about after what happened. So like we did a sprint, and we went long, like maybe 20 yards. And thank God they shut the camera off, because after the sprint, the dog actually must have got mad at me and went under my knees, and all you see is me tumble.
They should have left the camera on. That would have been the best part.
The best part, well, actually, it was on camera. The problem was the director was scared to ever show anybody, so she deleted that part. She was like, it looks like, and I kind of tumbled the dog, over the dog a little bit, so she didn't want that shown. But I was like, you know what kind of money we could have won at Funny Swim videos? I went down so hard. Like
that would have been one of those YouTube fail videos, the best fails of whatever. Yeah.
But this was, I'm going to get this on the screen so you can see it. Hold on one second. This was, they're taking me out. We went through the obstacle course first.
Uh-huh. I mean, again, I'm seeing good stuff. I'm just not seeing where Bonnie, I still think Bonnie would get you.
Hold on, wait. The sprint's coming. The sprint is coming.
God, that's a cute little dog, though.
Actually, that's a tripod, actually. That one. Aww. That was my Simba moment. There it is. See you later.
I mean, you're fast, but I still think Bonnie, energy-wise,
I'm just kidding.
Telling you. Guys, back me up here. If anybody's watching knows Bonnie, Sherry, Jess, just saying, take the bet. I mean, unless you're afraid. If you're afraid, don't take the bet. I get it.
I'm taking the bet. I want you guys to dedicate 4 hours to me on camera. We'll go live. I'll do the hardest horse stuff you guys have in terms of, I want everyone to see how hard you guys work, because I think that's important. But I'm not trying to be funny about that. It's a serious thing. People don't know how much work goes into these animal shelters and these rescue groups and stuff like that. So I want people to see that. That's really important to me. So, but I will take it seriously, but it will be fun, obviously. But I want to see how fast I can do it. And then I want to see Miss Bonnie.
Bonnie. She's awesome. Love her.
The challenge is going to be there, and I'm looking forward to it. We just have to scratch out like 3 or 4 hours.
That's fine.
And I'm there to have a little fun. If you guys will allow it to be on your live feed, my live feed, and everybody can just continue to share.
Heck yeah.
The idea with this is to expose, especially the work you guys do, which is amazing. The other thing is, everyone watching, I'm trying to get 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So the second time I meet Tasley, it's for something that can be a lot bigger in terms of, I'm going to bring up a kind of a low subject, Tasley, I'm sorry. But with COVID, I want you to explain right now that it's kind of hindered one of your biggest events, one of your biggest fundraisers. Can you tell people about that fundraiser?
So we started what's called a country date night, and the country date night is something that we actually put out to the community around here because, again, with the property that we have, we now actually have the ability to do a lot of cool stuff. And so we put it out to the community and got fantastic response from the community. Between that and a couple of the classes that we have that all the proceeds get donated back to Helping Hounds Project, we don't have the ability to do that anymore. Our kids camps donate right back to it. a lot of the programs that we run during this time frame that we've actually been unfortunately had to shut down, we're not able to do. And so the country date night was going to be a whole lot of fun. Every piece of pretty much what we made, which would have been 90% of what was brought in, would have come right back to us. And so, unfortunately, we've had to stop that, and that's kind of put a hurt on our fundraising. And like I said earlier, the fundraising is really for the buildings, for the dogs, for better and more enriched shelter for them. Obviously, they're safe, they're happy, they're cared for. Yep. But crates are crates. And they're not ideal by any means. They're a temporary solution, but we need a better long-term fix.
Where can people donate now?
Sure. So they can donate via our website. They can message us on Facebook. We have a GoFundMe that has been floating around. Unfortunately, we've lost a little bit of steam with that, but they can contact us directly. And really, we've had a great response with, the actual labor of getting the buildings built. Nice. So we have a lot of that's been volunteering, and literally we're just looking at materials at this point. And we've got some good connections with that. So we're going to do this as cheaply, but as appropriately as possible. We're not going to cut corners. The dogs can have adequate space. This is really going to be cool stuff. But we're looking at fencing. We're looking at buildings. We're looking at a lot of pieces that need to come together before we can get them where they need to be.
I'm sorry. What can a horse eat that's people related?
A few things. So peppermints, not all horses like peppermints, but if you want to give them a sweet treat, peppermints, the Starlight mints that we used to get from our grandparents in the candy jars, those are perfect. They eat apples, they eat carrots.
Can they have meat?
Well, they're not omnivores. They're not at all. They're they eat plants. Herbivores. Thank you. That word was not coming to me very quickly.
Is there something I can make them on a George Foreman grill?
Well, I don't truly think that anything cooked is going to be what they need. I will tell you, if you decided that you wanted to make play strings with apples and carrots and hang them up so they can eat them out of the trees, there's lots of great enrichment that we do with the horses and with the dogs that are very easy to do. So if we're going to task you with anything, cooking is great, don't get me wrong, but I would task you with more enrichment, because our dogs are very, very, they're very cognitive. We don't have, just, I don't want to say goober dogs. Some of them are goobers, don't get me wrong, but our dogs are always brain focused. And so the more enrichment, the better. So cooking is great, but enrichment is usually a little bit more fun. So
I got to think of something. I'm thinking of something funny, because I do this. I sent you the link to a couple news segments. I actually did a 3-night stay over a shelter, but I also did a 30-night stay where we raised a little under $100,000 for a shelter.
Oh, wow.
For a building as well. I'm trying to think of something cute, because I usually do these cookouts with like a husky or like a terrier or, any kind of dog, but to be in a stall and doing some kind of date night with a horse would be kind of
my girl Bria would love your snuggles.
If I had it'd be amazingly. I hate to ask this question, but I know my one trainer when I was working at a farm used to be able to, a couple of the horses used to just sit. They would just sit. They were able to just sit down somehow. They would get down.
They can, and you can train that into them if you like. But ours, again, we just acquired the property in November, and we just acquired our horses in December and January. So although they're fantastic, they're not that well trained yet. We're getting there.
I wonder if I could. It would be cute to have a table in there and me. I'm trying to think of something we both can eat. That's
if you want to put a hammock up in the back corner and chill with the horses and have a nap time, I can make that happen. We've got quite a few hammocks and some great hammock trees.
Funny.
That would be super cool with them. Not necessarily in the stall. I don't know that you truly want to be in there. It's kind of a little bit tight quarters for a hammock, but definitely out. They have their favorite grove kind of in the back corner of the pasture that they love, and a hammock out there would probably be fantastic for you.
I'm trying to get each location to do something outside the box fun. Like I said, like the blindfold with the senior dogs. You got something with the horses, because most of the places I'm going to is dog and cat, right? The horses are overlooked, so I think it's cute. It's just something that's different. I can do the riding a horse. I can do that. I don't mind that. And everyone's gonna have a great time watching that part. But Trying to think of something else, which I think is awesome. Oh, one question I didn't ask you. How many animals do you have right now?
So we have 4 that are in service dog training. We have 8 in our adoptable pool. And then we have 2 guinea pigs and 3 horses. So
Cool, very cool.
That's what we have right now. Our numbers are a little bit low. We've stopped intake just because of the fact that we don't have the buildings up and running yet. And like I said, we did have a few that just got adopted that were big wins, but I still have some long timers. My long timers, I got to get out. They need families. They need homes. So
okay, tell me about those long timers, because I'm going to want to do stuff with them. I'm going to want to. That's where I'm going to utilize my George Foreman grill.
Okay.
We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do the peanut butter challenge. We're gonna have some fun.
Okay. Ace is a Catahoula mix. We pulled him from, I think he was Union County, and I've literally had him since I opened the rescue. I don't understand why he is the coolest dog. He is sweet. He wants to literally ride in your truck. He wants to go fishing with a boy. This dog is very versatile. Now, he's a little dog selective, so I can kind of understand that. And he's brown. He's a brown dog. But he is sweet as pie. He loves to play. He loves to snuggle. He is the quintessential country dog that literally just wants to ride around the truck with an old man or with a kid or whatever all day long. He would be happy with that. He crates well. He's super sweet. I love Ajax. He's awesome.
Who is Fatali?
That's Allison Fatali.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Why is it showing the last name first?
I think that's just the way she put it in.
Safe Animal Shelter just said hi, Chris. It's Sherry. Sherry, get out of here. We've been talking very bad about you, and I don't know if I'm coming. I heard Tasley told me some stuff.
That's not true, Sherry. You know I love you.
I'm just kidding, Sherry. I can't wait to see you over the weekend. Okay, so Miss Allison had said read a bedtime story to the horses. I kind of like that. I kind of like it.
We can do that. I'm
a great bedtime storyteller. Ask my daughters. Okay. I tell the best ghost stories. Trying to think. What's a good story to tell a horse?
I think anything that doesn't involve them spooking. I don't know. I tried to make a joke out of that. It sounded way better in my head. It did not come out the right way. So
Jesus. I'm the same way. Like, it's just the way I tell the joke that's bad. It's usually like it was great when he told it, but didn't come out right. But
I also kind of feel like you have to be in some sort of a horse person or equestrian to try to get that, because Bria, one of the horses we have on property that actually came from SFO, which is Soldier Freedom Outdoors, it's a group we work with pretty consistently. She's my spooky girl. She's a tall ballerina looking horse. She's 17 hands plus. She is elegant and graceful until she sticks her face into a feed bucket, and then she's that kind of the girl that you take out for wings and she gets the sauce all over her face. She is a hot mess. But she also spooks at pretty much anything, so that was kind of the joke about that.
Sherry asked me to ask you about Ajax. Didn't we talk about Ajax?
We just did, yeah. Yeah, Ajax. So Ajax went over to Safe for a little bit to see if he could get some more exposure, because we show him to a lot of people, but for some reason our demographic just doesn't latch on to him, and I'm not quite sure why, because he is such a cool dog. But I do know that when he was over with Safe to get some time in there, they spoiled the jeepers out of this dog, because he came back and told me all sorts of stories of how they were loving on him and snuggling with him. And he came home with a care package. He came home with a few toys, a harness, a couple of other things that I think they spoiled him, and we love them for that, because you couldn't get a better partnership with another rescue, right? Where they take in your dogs, they treat them like your own, or spoil the dog's not out of them. So we love them.
I can't meet all of them. And Miss Allison, please. One of my biggest things, I'm literally playing presidential campaign right now. I'm going shelter to shelter across Florida to get 1 million subscribers on my YouTube channel, Jordan's Way Charities. I would like to make a second trip to see Tasley one day with 1 million followers. So the stuff that she's trying to do, whether it's exposing an animal, getting a long-term stay animal out of there, trying to humiliate me on a horse. It can be in front of millions of people. So everybody, please, who's watching, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jordan's Way Charities. We have a long way to go. I am a little guy trying to be a big guy, I guess, in the whole adoption influencing process, and of course for events and fundraisers for people that need it. I do a lot of crazy stunts, so I always tell people, put me in an uncomfortable situation, and I'm good.
Well, I'll tell you, Allison, she is she's kind of my operations manager. She probably will come up with the best stunt or whatever for you. She's pretty amazing at that. She'll definitely take that challenge on, I'm pretty sure. And you'll actually meet her when you're here on Saturday.
Allison, she just put you on the spot. I want the best. I cannot be uncomfortable. I can sing with the best of them. I can't sing, but I'm that radio guy. You know what I mean? Like I'm also that dance guy that I can dance from the waist up in the car. You know, when you're like,
I'm telling you, she's gonna take that challenge and she's gonna run with it, and she's gonna come up with something pretty amazing. So she's good.
Listen, anything can go viral. Anything can go viral. And remember, Allison, you're up against the fence a little bit because there's some shelters that I'm going to that have a lot more followers than you guys. But it doesn't mean you guys can't blow it up. It doesn't mean you guys can't go from 0 to hero real quick. So give us something good.
I will tell you, I want to express from all the rescues, thank you very much for what you're doing, because,
thank you.
The more that we work together, the better. And sometimes it's hard in the rescue community to kind of see through the dog that you're working with, or, that dog that came back or whatever, to try to band together. But I really, really appreciate what you're doing for all of the area rescues. I know so many amazing rescues around here that are just going to be fantastic, for what your cause and what you're doing, and also are going to feel the same way. So thank you for coming out and having some fun with our dogs. Even if nothing else, you're goofing around and having a good time with them. We always tell our volunteers, I don't care if you come out and spend 10 minutes throwing a ball, that's 10 minutes more that they didn't have, and they need that. They deserve every single piece of it. We are just a stepping stone to something greater. And if they can have 10 minutes of a human playing ball, snuggling with them, brushing them, I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Every single piece of it is going to help in some way, shape, or form. So thank you for what you're doing and taking your time and your money and your life to do this, because this is a pretty cool thing that you're doing.
I appreciate it. I always everybody sacrifices. You guys are sacrificing something. I'm sacrificing my 4 children. They always say, "What are you doing, Daddy?" I'm like, "You'll see one day. You'll see one day. One day where it started from. Like you have to start somewhere, right? And you gotta get there." Ashley Shannon, she says Allison is plotting.
They're actually in the other room right now. Ashley is she is one of the newest trainers. She was my apprentice for a while, but she's amazing. Those two you got to watch out for. They will definitely get you.
Let me give you guys some information about where I come from with what I've done. My first thing I ever did, or not ever did. I'm sorry. My hardest thing I ever did was I took a tire, a 250-pound tire in New York City, because I wanted attention and I wanted it fast. I had a Jordan's Way shirt on. I had 100 shelters across Florida that were going to post for me around the country, just saying what this guy was doing. I took a 250-pound tire and I dragged it 100 miles over 10 days in Times Square, New York City, Central Park. Everyone always asks me, how did I get the dodo to find out who you were when you were so new? I was like, I dragged that big bad tire into their building. That's how I did it. They were in New York City. I went to Times Square. I went to Central Park. I went in front of their building. I was like, I'm just going to keep. Cops were taking pictures. If you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see that I did a 10-day. Every day I did a new video that I posted about me dragging this tire. And people are coming up to me in Central Park like, can I take a picture? Like, what are you doing? Like, you've been dragging this tire for days. Like, and it's like, and I got so much attention from even the New York Yankees asked me to come out to benefit me at a baseball game back up there. We did that. That was a lot of fun. And then the other thing I did, guys, I did spend 30 nights at a shelter that is all outside. Every minute of it is outside. And in Florida, that is hot during the day. And at night, it's disgusting. It was buggy. It was in a bad area. Now they got about $100,000 where they're going to be building a new building soon, and it's going to be 10 times better. But I tried to expose that as much as possible. I've done overnight stays of just a bunch of times, actually. And now if you guys go on my YouTube channel, you'll see a bunch of cookouts, because there's one dog at a shelter that they have behavioral issues, and the dog doesn't really get a lot of outside kennel time. So if she can't do that, I do a lot of fun stuff with her. Like, I'm outside the kennel with my George Foreman. We did steaks the other night. We did pork chops. We did, every night I go out there. Like last night went out there, and I think it was like over 7,000 people viewed it. They were just like, people just love it, because it's just shelter. It's selflessness. And, it's these animals that people it just rips the heart right out of you. Like, it's just so touching. But I'm just one person around all of you guys. You guys are doing the selfless work. I'm just having fun exposing the animals that are there. I'm trying to get them outside. The other thing I do, guys, which is a lot of fun, and a lot of the shelters who are watching right now know, I go to shelters and I'll take a dog that's been there the longest, and I'll take him to McDonald's, or take him to I'll take him to get burgers. Like, we do ride-alongs, which is a lot of fun because they get to see the animal outside of the elements.
Yeah.
Because how animals show in a kennel or crate is usually never a good, that the way they communicate is they bark. When somebody goes to a shelter, it's like all these barking dogs, and it's like nobody shows well that way.
No.
So if there's any dogs that you guys think I'll take in my car, we'll put on some Frozen like my daughter watches, and we'll go to a restaurant or somewhere that can obviously bring the food out to us obviously now, but we can do a ride along and have some fun feeding the dogs some stuff that they don't usually eat, but obviously healthy at some point of healthy.
I mean, everybody here is a big fan of chicken nuggets, so a chicken nugs run, they're more than happy to have. So I will tell you, you talked about behavior issues, and part of the reason that our dog boarding and training facility funds our rescues because we can take in, and we do take in, more behavioral issues. And I will tell you just a super quick story because I'm very, very proud of the staff for two reasons. Number one, we took in a dog. We took in 3 dogs. They were Saluki mixes, and the family that had them shipped them over from Bahrain. They were a very nice family. They saved them off the streets in Bahrain. They came and they boarded with us at our boarding facility for a couple of months till their house was built.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the family has gone through a lot of struggle and had to relinquish those 3 dogs to us, one of which was very reactive to humans and very reactive to other dogs. And so the other 2 got placed very easily with some really great folks and some adopters, one of which is a volunteer with us. And the third one, Allie, has really made a huge impression on me. When she came in, she was, eating through walls to get to strangers. She would react negatively to every other dog out there. And I will tell you that the staff and Ashley, Ashley Shannon, who popped up on the feed saying that Allison is plotting, in particular, took her and really changed her behavior for so much the better in the past, I'd say maybe 90 days it took her. This was an awesome dog to start with, but you wouldn't get past that gruff exterior to see that until, Ashley put some work into her. And now this dog is in multiple dog play groups. This dog has met 5 strangers in the past week without, really all she did was kind of a half-hearted boof, and that was about it. Whereas before, she really would guard herself. She would guard whoever's on the end of her leash, and she really wasn't, having strangers. So I really, I have to say that Allie was a huge transformation because somebody put some time and effort into her, and they put some educated time and effort into her. So I was very, very proud of that. Now, we also work with Community Hospice, their Pet Peace of Mind program. They brought us a dog named Lady who is so sweet. And when you're here on Saturday, you're going to meet her because we also count her as almost one of our own. Right. We show her for the Pet Peace of Mind program, and we really enjoy her, but we've actually taken her from a dog who could not tolerate other dogs in any general vicinity to one that can now be in a play group, off leash, without a muzzle, no reactions that way. So these dogs have come a long way, and it's because of people like you. It's because of people like the staff. I mean, if you take the time with these dogs, they're great dogs. And that's what you'll find at our rescue. You're not going to find, always the typical happy-go-lucky lab that just kind of walks in and walks out. Yeah, you'll see a few of those too, but our guys require a little bit more kind of specialization and love and attention sometimes. So thank you for taking the time with the behavior dogs. That makes a big difference in their life.
Oh, thank you. Jan is reminding me about the puppuccinos I do. I usually go to shelters and I bring a whole bunch of puppuccinos.
Nice.
I don't know how you guys feel about those. I've had some fun with those.
Look, they're rescue dogs, and again, my philosophy with this is you can find me eating a half bag of marshmallows in one sitting periodically. It hasn't killed me yet, so as long as we're not doing it all the time, sugar, things like that, let's spoil them a little bit. They need it. Until they can find their forever home,
I agree.
They can be spoiled.
Do I have your permission to bring chicken and rice?
Sure.
George Foreman it up? Okay. I'm gonna remember that.
All right.
The other thing is, so let me talk to you about a dog. There's a dog at the Humane Society of Pasco County here that I've been working with for a while. When I got there, they were like, don't go near her. She hates men. And I was like, oh, wow. So, and she did. when I used to come by her kennel, I mean, if that kennel wasn't there, it was going down. Like,
Yeah.
And recently, this is who I do the cookouts with every night. But recently, we did because I do photo shoots with dogs too. Like, I get a couple photographers that do come out for free to shelters that I want them to, and they do like these fun photo shoots with me and the dogs. But this is Daisy with me after a couple months.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, she's.
Oh, that's awesome! That's gonna make me cry.
Honestly, if you were to see the first videos, because everything I've done for most shelters is always live, so I want them to see real. Like, I don't want them. I'm not really a fan of some people that want to hide things. Like, we all know shelters are not a permanent home, but you guys do the best you can. You guys do the best you can,
Yeah.
and we all appreciate that. But I want people to see, because you know what? The reason why we raised $100,000 really quickly for a shelter was because I got to see the dogs are actually in the elements. Like, I would go live when there was like 11 o'clock at night, and you can see the bugs. You can also see I would go live when there was a thunderstorm because they're outside. Like, people don't. You got to show them what they're investing in or they're donating to. So it was easy for the community to fall out of their chair, and the news also to fall out of the chair. People on this feed that are from the Pasco page, they'll tell you, I think during that 30 days, I can make a list, but I'm pretty sure it was Fox 13, Channel 10, Channel 8, Bay News 9, and there was 5 TV stations that came out after a big thunderstorm. And I broadcasted it. And I was just like all live, and I think it was 28,000 people, something like that, watched it. And it was amazing because I know it wasn't the greatest thing to show on camera, but it's real. It's raw.
Yeah.
You got to kind of go outside the box sometimes. I tell these shelters a lot, like, even if I had 1 million subscribers, I'm not just going to go there and hit live. I'm going to go there and have some fun at the same time, because people want to be entertained at some point.
Right.
They also want to see real. I don't want people just doing sales pitches to YouTube. I want them to show the animals, show, like, you guys are needing a new building right now. And it's like, I'm sure you guys are more than willing to show what you want to do, where you want to put the building, or where the whole plan. Like, people need to see the plan, and that's what I always tell people: show them what they're donating to. And when I first started going to the shelter, they were like, I don't know if we can show the building because the building that they have is like going to fall down, and they're like, if we show that building, then they might shut us down. And I was like, but if you show that building, you might turn some people like this, like, woof, like, uh-oh. Like, and you might inspire, and that's what we did. We inspired, and I always tell people, like, be transparent, be open. Everyone should be on the same team. The fact that you guys do the real work, we just get to come once in a while and see the dogs once in a while.
Well, I mean, I appreciate what you're saying, but you also got to remember volunteers and people who come to walk the dogs. They make a bigger difference than I think a lot of people realize. We have, families that come. We literally made it through the summer with our rescue dogs because of our volunteers, coming and walking them and working them. And, I ended up from a family that would come consistently. We gain those people's family too. You know what I mean? And we have kids. I have one of my junior trainers, her name is Kaden. And we had a 220-pound Mastiff that, was people reactive. But let me tell you that, 9-10-year-old girl would walk that 220-pound Mastiff fantastically. Without a child to be able to work with him, we couldn't get him past any sort of reactivity issues. And of course we did so safely and all that good stuff. But, because of that, we then branched out to a 4-H dog club. And the kids in the dog club can I tell you this? I gave them a challenge, right? The challenge was, while they weren't in school, record their walk with their dog every day on Fitbit or an app or whatever, and send it into our Muddy Paws Dog Club, our 4-H Dog Club online. And again, we haven't been able to meet with them face to face for the past month because of this COVID-19 thing. And I said, for every 5 miles that you walk, I will personally sponsor a dog adoption so that, we can get these guys out for free, for no cost for the people, all that good stuff. Can I tell you how quickly they got their first dog adopted?
Go for it.
8 hours.
Wow.
8 hours it took them. They hustled their little booties, and they were posting the pictures of their walks with their dogs. I pretty much am not charging an adoption fee for any of the dogs that we have left, because they've taken this and run with it. And I love those kids. They're amazing kids. They work with our service dogs in training.
Mhm.
They're such cool kids. So volunteers do more than just walk the dogs. They mean more to the dogs. I don't care if you come for an hour, if you come all day. It's a huge thing to our dogs. So
I wanted to show
again,
you. I wanted to show you another picture of me and Daisy. We did a photo shoot about 2 weeks ago, and we caught a good moment. People were like, when I posted it, they were like, "That's not the same dog. Like, there's no way. This is her giving me a smooch." Where is it?
oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. That's
the same dog.
amazing.
They were like, when I first got there, they're like, "Don't you dare go in that kennel. That dog will eat your face." And I'm like, "Okay." Like, but
Okay.
every day I would go there, at least go by her and give her a treat, or I'd say, "Hey, Daisy, how you doing?" And she got familiar with me. She got to trust me, and now like, even though I'm still outside the kennel, like last night, like I said, we did another cookout. It was number 6 or something. And I'll show you. Like I was still. Where's this picture? You'll still see me. I'm outside of her kennel cooking. Hold on. Where is this? There's Daisy.
Oh my gosh, I love her already.
But I'm outside the kennel, like cowarding. But hold on. There's the start of the video. I don't know if I can get it right. But I'm sitting outside the kennel, cowarding with my grill. But she appreciates it though. She has a lot of fun with the cookouts, and a lot of the shelter followers always have a fun time with the cookouts. Let's see. Oh my God, I'm gonna get Sherry on that one.
You're gonna get Sherry on which one? Oh.
I haven't promised you anything yet. All right, we're all trying to figure out different things to do at each shelter, and I haven't figured out anything yet. We're safe animal shelter yet. But Roland came up with a good one. I'm not gonna lie, the senior one was good. You guys have gotten some good stuff with the horses.
I mean, I'm happy to volunteer Allison's services to help come up with a challenge for safe too. We work pretty closely with them, so we know kind of their setup. So I'm just saying, Sherry, Jess, if you guys need some help with that, message Allison. I'm telling you, she's good at this. She's gonna put you through the ringer. I'm pretty sure.
It'll be fun. I'm gonna do that for about 3 or 4 days. So I'm going around to rescues all around you guys. So I'm gonna see who does the best job. I would love to do just one big one at the end with everybody included. I don't know how we can do that, but I
mean, I got 6 acres. We can figure out a way. 6 acres and a big grill. You can come on out, and we can make a rescue day of this. Trust me.
Can I race a horse?
Yeah, you can race a horse.
Yeah. Good luck, buddy. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how to make that happen, but we will figure something out. If you want to race a horse, you can race a horse.
I'm just trying to think of the stuff I've done for dogs in terms of challenges. I don't know if you can do with a horse.
You can. I mean,
I'm sure you can.
I mean, I feel like Allison's gonna have to get up on Bria, and she can see if you can run her in a canter. We can do that pretty well. Yes, Allison, I'm volunteering you for that as well.
You're going to work, Cliff. You're going to work. She's like, geez, what's going on here?
Now, I have to tell you a quick story. So we get Bria, and a couple of days after we get her, Bria, again, she's a little spookish. She's a tall horse. We get Allison up on Bria, and then we go on a trail ride. Now, again, we didn't know much about this horse other than she's spookish, but realistically, we know she's broke to ride, and again, we're good friends with Dan at SFO and all of them, so we knew she was safe, right? So we get her on, and we have a problem with the stirrup. So Allison, who hasn't rode in 22 years, gets up on a horse, and she gets up stirrupless because apparently there was an issue with the stirrup. So then we're going along, and we decide we're going to go on a trail ride into the woods, and we go into the woods. And then Bria decides that she is not going to go over a creek or over a puddle or whatever it was at that particular point. Right. So Allison is stuck in the brush with Bria with no stirrups, not being able to get on and off a 17-hand horse. So she just figured it out. So let me tell you, Allison's a little bit of she's a tough cookie, let me tell you. The next time she gets on the horse, she gets on bareback, and one of our volunteers happened to leave a gate open. Wow. And one of our horses that I was working with, ironically enough, we ended up getting loose and decided to run down the road. So here is Allison chasing one of our new horses on bareback, cantering and trying to gear him back into our pasture. It was fun. Allison did fantastic. So I don't know. She might be a good one to race that horse with you. We'll see how that goes. But you let us know what you want to do, and we'll go from there.
You know, I wonder, is there any dog there that you have that is a very fast eater?
Eater?
Yeah.
I don't know. Help me out, guys. Kratos, maybe? Kratos is one of our service dogs in training, but he is a Dane, so we don't really want to encourage that fast eating because we don't want any bloat or anything like that to go on. Let's see.
Well, I don't think I want to inspire any animal to eat faster. I just think that they eat sometimes faster than I do.
We'll think on that. We have some fast eaters, but I don't know if they truly would give you too much of a challenge because we try to back that up a little bit.
Let's see if No. I want to go off the challenge of like a Purina dog chow eat off. I can eat it.
Oh, she's okay. Allison said Parker. Parker is a fast eater. He really is, and he's head in the bowl. So I mean, he could give you a challenge. Yeah, I could see that. We can figure it out. I don't want you eating Purina though. We'll have to figure out something else for you. We make homemade dog treats, which are essentially they're very human grade. So I mean,
there you go.
We could do a treat challenge or something like that with you.
Everybody has to accept the challenge that we're trying to go viral with. Whatever shelter does it, I want to see what shelter does it.
Here's what I'll offer too, because we make the homemade dog treats and they are human grade and they are edible for humans. They may not be the most tasty for humans, but they are edible. If one of those challenges is what you want to use at Safe, I will make up batches and batches and batches of treats to send over to Safe for you and for any of the dogs that are currently in foster or in rescue, whatever. We'll stock them up with treats, and then you can do your treat challenge there. That might be a good one for Safe.
True. Erica, I saw that comment. That wasn't nice. She goes, "You're Chris Rotonda, not Superman."
I also see one about Lady Godiva, but I don't know about that one.
What did you say?
Someone says, make him ride the horse as Lady Godiva, but you can wear it. What's a T-back?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Jan is from Pasco County, Florida. They don't really think straight all the time. No, I'm kidding. I love Pasco. I'm just kidding. I'm there every night for shelters in Pasco County. I love them. I'm just joking. Jan, I actually owe Jan a coffee thermos she lent me one night when I was out there on live. I was on live feed one night doing a sleepover, and I was falling asleep. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was tired, and she brought me a very strong gas station coffee. No joke. Nice. It was strong.
Sometimes those are the best.
They are the best. So Allison says Parker and Lily.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have puppies there right now or no?
We don't have any puppies currently. We're not the best set up for puppies. So I don't have puppies currently. Okay.
No biggie about that one at all. Hey, everybody that's watching also, I'm sorry, I should have reiterated it more. This is Tasley. I'm sorry. I always want to say Tasley.
It's actually Tasley.
That's
sorry.
What I said. Tasley.
Of course, it's Tasley. You're right. You totally said that.
With Helping Hounds Project. Guys, please go to Helping Hounds Project on Facebook and like them. Please go on Helping Hounds Project Jax on Instagram. Please share them. They are missing one of their biggest fundraising events coming up because of COVID-19. So please go to their website as well. Please say that website again for me. Tasley.
HelpingHoundsProject.info. We're not .com. We're .info.
Hey, Allison, I'm going to challenge you to put that URL in the comment section right now for everyone to see. Guys, they are missing out on one of their biggest fundraisers. Let's try to help them out. That'd be awesome. This is another amazing shelter run by amazing people, selfless people, and people who clearly know more about horses than I do.
I don't know about that.
But this is going to be a lot of fun. I really want us to come together now and we can off the screen, but talk about maybe 3 or 4 hours that you can dedicate to a live feed with us doing some fun stuff. I would also ask you when we do stuff at your location, that the GoFundMe you mentioned, let's have it somewhere, like a poster or something, anything you guys want to do. Because I think it's important that everyone starts to understand that COVID-19 has affected a lot of shelters in your communities, and Helping Hounds Project is no different. They are affected, and we have to help them out as much as we can. So guys, everybody, I will also let everyone know if you missed any part of this, you can watch it again on either one of our Facebooks. Plus, I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel, George Made Charities Tonight. Thank you, Allison, for putting that up there. It was a little late. I asked you about 5 minutes ago, but just kidding. I'm just trying to rile her up. That's all.
I mean, you're just asking for it. Allison will take that challenge and run with it. Let me tell you. So,
Tasley, where are you from?
I am from New York originally. Well, I'm actually from Maryland, but by way of New York. I've lived in New York most of my life.
I knew it. You talk fast, but you actually are like I can understand what you're saying. I'm from Jersey, so I talk fast, but nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about. Like,
yeah.
Like whoa, say that again. Relax. Say that again.
So ironically enough, I've never been to the city. I actually come from the Finger Lakes region, if you know where that is.
Yeah.
So the Finger Lakes region is where I come from. And my grandmother was very much an English teacher. She also taught voice lessons and things like that. So we were taught to enunciate very well at a young age.
Very nice. I like that. Yeah, I was from North Jersey. So I moved down here to Florida in 2009, I think. So yeah, I still have that really fast talking. Been in this conversation, I wanted to ask you that question because you said something and you just kept going. I'm like, she makes a lot of sense and she talks really fast. She's not a Floridian.
I'm not. I like to call myself a Floridian because I love it down here, but
yeah,
I've been down here 12 years, 13 years, 2006, wow. 13 years. So.
That's incredible. I've been down here now, 12 years, 11 years, 12 years. That's awesome. And everybody watching this, please, it's not over yet. And when we get off the feed, it doesn't mean the feed is over. Please share it as much as possible because people can still rewatch it. There's a lot of great information for helping. Say it again. I'm sorry.
Helping Hounds Project.
I never said it was supposed to be perfect. It's improv. People always ask me, they're like, Chris, can you give me the list of questions you're going to ask me on the feed? I'm like, what? I'm like, we're going to have a conversation. And your followers are going to understand more about your shelter. My Jordan's Wake followers are going to know about your shelter. Like, everyone's going to like your page, please. Everybody like her page, please. Helping Hounds Project. Like that one? I got that one out fast. Like that one?
I'm proud of you, Jersey boy. It'll be great.
What's that?
I said, I'm proud of you, Jersey. It'll be great.
Oh, come on. It's Jim Tan Laundry. Did you know that bringing that show back?
I don't know. I've never watched that show.
It's disgusting.
I just also know that there is a Jersey versus New York thing that goes on, and so I figured I'd just call you out on that. That's all.
Don't worry about it. I'll get you. I'll get you with your horses. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Listen, I want to schedule a date night for me and the horses. It's gonna be like Lady and the Tramp.
I mean, I've got 2 mares that would love your snuggles and a gelding that will probably be a gelding. And if anybody has horses, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Can they have spaghetti?
No.
I tried.
Fruits and vegetables. Oatmeal is somewhat acceptable. Fruits, vegetables, grass, alfalfa, coastal hay.
Maybe we can do like the Lady in the Tramp moment with hay.
I mean, I feel like you could do a messier eating contest with Bria. I'll send you some pictures. She really is a disgusting eater. She's beautiful.
Love her.
She's beautiful until she eats.
Until she eats.
That's how that goes.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
What?
Well, thank you, D. Jersey in the house. She said, like that one. Thank you, D. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Jason said Allison is a mortician.
No, Allison is a mortician by trade. So we snagged her from the mortician industry. Allison, help me out here. Yes, she's a mortician by trade, but she is also a very cool dog trainer. So
who is Jason?
Jason is one of our, I would say, volunteers. He's worked with us at summer camps. He's a good friend of ours.
Thank you, Jason, for joining the feed. Please, guys, if you're watching, share as much as possible. Allison says I can eat hay. Thank you. I love it. Love it.
Telling you, she's got your number here.
I want Allison. I got 4 hours with you on Saturday. I want you to fill it with the most disgusting, most out of the box, most outrageous things that I know the public will take, share, and of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel, George Bay Charities, like Helping Hounds Project. I got that all right. Did you hear that? Yeah,
I'm very proud of you, George.
Like that, Allison. Like that, Tasley. I even said that right.
No, you didn't. It's Tasley. Tasley. Oh my God. It's all right. You'll hopefully by the end of 4 hours you'll get it right.
Okay, I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get that right. I'm frustrated.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna get that right. All right, I have to. She says the funeral industry. I have to jump off because my two children are gonna come here yelling at me in a second, and I got two little girls, and so that's a big yell.
Yeah. Well, give your girls a hug for us. Thank you so much for dedicating your time. We appreciate everything that you do. Trust me.
Thank you. She says 4 hours of fun, guys. I did this interview with Tasley Wheeler. I got your name right. This is Helping Hounds Project. She mentioned we have the Instagram Helping Hounds Project Jax. Please go to that. There's also the Helping Hounds Project's Facebook page. Please like their page. That's super important to get any of their, when they do outreach stuff where they try to get their dogs adopted or fundraising. It goes to more people when you like them. Please share them as much as possible, their Facebook page. Share this video. It'll be on my YouTube channel, Jordan's Way Charities. Subscribe to it, or Miss Allison is going to be very upset at everybody. And I know she's a mortician, so you got to figure that out, guys. You got to subscribe. But any last words you want to say about your shelter? Just spill it out.
Yeah, I really appreciate everything that the MiddleBurg community and the rescue community in Jacksonville has done for us. We're a young rescue, and we've had a lot of mentorship and support from a lot of other rescues. So honestly, guys, rescue a dog. If you can't go wrong with any of the rescues here, they're all fantastic. They've all got great dogs, and if you need anything training wise, reach out to us. We do a lot of work with the rescue community, not necessarily just our rescue dogs, but others. So please reach out. Let's make it as successful as possible, and we can't wait to see you for your your live video here shortly.
All righty, girl. Thank you, everybody. It was a lot of fun. I'll see you in a couple days.
Bye.
Later.